Big Macs. Order 2 with some large fries. I got a big eye with some little thighs.
This is gonna be a long ride. Everybody, take all belongings. I am not responsible. Make sure y'all take all your belongings again. We are in Atlanta. Okay, yeah.
You would only live 3 or 5 more years.
Yeah, you
Whoa, from 13? Yeah.
The mortality rates for all those other crops went down. The mortality rate for rice stayed high.
Oh, welcome to the vlog. We are on our way to Atlanta. It is currently 8:36. I stopped here at Bucky's to use the restroom because after this we're not stopping anymore, and I left my kids in the car because I'm not trying to spend $1 million. Let's go. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. Go ahead. Whoa.
And Big Macs. Order 2 with some large fries. I got a big eye with some little thighs. They think I'm in disguise. That's a boss.
So you got a big booty with little thighs?
Hey, cook it up, cook it up. I'm the boss. Look, it's not, you just farted.
No.
Oh my God, this is gonna be a long ride.
DJ, why
Pray
you do
for
that?
me.
That's disgusting.
Turn on the
I'm looking for
Bye, y'all.
looking for.
These signs in the be mine. Cause I'm from the corner.
All right, so good morning. Not good morning. It's well into the evening. Today is June the 17th. It's the day after we got to Atlanta. We are on Glenwood Road. What flea market is this? I guess it's the flea market off Glenwood Road.
You see that big old sign to your right?
It's a flea market, 285 flea market. Yeah, so they want to come in here and see what they can find. We haven't been to this flea market in a minute. Everybody, take all belongings. I am not responsible for anything in this car after we step out of it. All right, y'all, let's go. Yeah, wait. Make sure nothing look valuable back there. Nothing. Promising.
It's your papers that will.
What kind?
I don't know. It's cute.
Huh? All right, so we are in Atlanta. We are coming to, you see that? That is a landmark right there. That is American Deli. These kids are about to partake in some big back activity right now. No, I'm playing. We finna go in here. It's very nostalgic for us to go to American Deli when we come to Atlanta. Because if you're not going to American Deli, what are you doing? What is this part called? What part of Atlanta is this?
Little 5 Points.
It's Little 5 Points, but it's like right before you get to Little 5 Points, so it's not.
So it's Little 5 Points before Little 5 Points?
Yeah, that's what we got. So this is what I get when I come to American Deli. So now DJ get the wings. Right, so we just
Oh, and I'm behind you, apparently.
yeah, okay. So we are in Little 5 Points in Atlanta, and we're coming to our favorite, like, nice thrift shop. It's called Ragarama.
It's most of the it's consignment. It ain't no thrift shop price.
No, it ain't, but they have really cool pieces in here. This is where it originated at. This is not the Ragarama I used to remember.
Oh, wow.
So today is the 18th. We are in Decatur, where it's greater, and we're going to this place called Tin Drum. Well, we're at this place called Tin Drum, where we get ramen and boba. That's what they wanted today. We was gonna do something touristy, but we've been here, y'all. We used to live here. We don't need to do tourist and shit, because we've been here. We done did it all. With that being said, then it don't feel right because we don't got grandma with us. So make sure y'all take all your belongings again. We are in Atlanta.
Cuz.
Yeah, so we were there. I just got miso ramen. So now I got the pork belly ramen.
Don't put me in one. I'm upset.
She upset because before the pork belly ramen came with, guess what? Pork. But this time it doesn't. We haven't been here like 2 years. DJ got, what you got? Sesame seed stir fry. It was a chicken sesame seed stir fry with no chicken. Yeah, so you have to pay extra for the chicken, but it's okay. It's all good. I was telling y'all to be vegan like me. Let go of the meat. Whoa, DJ, yours look really good.
The boba is hot.
It's hot.
Thank you.
You remember how to do it? You remember how to dive? Wait, how much money did I pay for these classes? DJ. 1, 2, 3. All right, go. 1. Olympic. Okay, yeah. Wait, go. Go ahead. Wait, why are you nervous? Why you running? You ain't gotta run. He ain't dive. You did a cannonball. You did a cannonball.
I like cannonballs.
Cannonballs are safe.
Dive with these kids.
Alright, good afternoon, vlog. It is June the 22nd. I haven't vlogged in like 2 days. We're back from Atlanta. Today is Friday. It's currently 12:07 p.m. and I'm about to head in here to get the rest of my signs because they are ready, and then we're going to the open house. I have to stop by the HOA. The HOA is giving me hell right now. Hell. But we're gonna push through. We are. I'm recording this over because apparently I recorded it first time in slow motion. It is currently 1:30. I just got done speaking with the inspector. He came out. I tried to cancel the inspection yesterday, but after 2 o'clock in Brunswick County, you cannot cancel. I called earlier and spoke with a guy. He said he was going to cancel it, but he didn't. I knew we were going to fail because of the grinder pump situation. So currently we don't have lights in the model right now. We applied for temporary lights. They're going to come out and do it, but the last step for us is to pass the grinder pump inspection. And in order for us to do that, the lights have to be on so they can start it and make sure it starts and stops correctly. Yeah, okay. I had a long day, a long morning. Got a lot of stuff done. But now it's 1:30. I'm in the open house, model home. And now I'm trying to put together these flags, feathered flags, signs that I got for Precision Builders. Yeah, Imynn Chanel was under the assumption that, you know, it's just gonna be a little pole, you slide the feather down, the flag on it, and you stick it in the ground, and that's it. But apparently some assembly is required during this, so I'm gonna watch a YouTube video and put together these feathered flags. I have 2 of them. I'm trying to make this is gonna be very professional when it's all said and done. Hurry up and get the lights on so we get somebody in here to stage this house and put my office in the garage. Yeah, it's coming along though, but yeah, it's not always easy when you're starting with a company from ground up. Like, I have had so many trials. I ain't gonna say trials. I had not even problems. They're just things to make me better. Like, this is what happens when you build a house from the ground up. And now I can better serve my clientele. That's the professional words for how I'm feeling right now anyway. But I'm finna, I gotta figure out something to do with my hair. way off topic, but yeah. I'm gonna put together these flags. I have to make brochures for precision builders. So you know when you go in the model home, like if you go in D.R. Horton, Lennar, Pulte, Beazer, they give you a pamphlet of all the floor plans they have, and they have pretty pictures, and I'm making that for precision builders so we can have that paperwork, everything laid out. It's gonna be really nice when it's all said and done. It's gonna be very professional. Your girl is gaining so much knowledge and skills from this, like, yo. So I'm just gonna put these feather signs together and stick them outside. And let me show y'all. This neighborhood is really busy, like right now. Let me show y'all. So the house across the street is almost done being built. They put it in the driveway. It looks really nice. Really, really nice. Really, really nice. And I'm happy to see it came that far along. Like, the neighborhood is really, 50 homes are being built in this neighborhood as we currently speak. So it's a good neighborhood. Yeah. So my dad is at the house across the street, and he came over and helped me. Hold on, y'all, quicker. Help me figure out the sign. So I put them up. I want to show y'all how they look. They're cute. They're a lot smaller than I envisioned because they're supposed to be 6 feet, but that don't look 6 feet. Really don't. So that's how they look. They're really small. I thought they were gonna be a lot taller, but let me go read my paperwork. My hair looks crazy. Okay, so I did my work morning. Now I'm at the Gullah Museum in Georgetown, and we're going to see we're at the Gullah Museum. My hair looks crazy, but it doesn't smell good in Georgetown because of the paper mill. So we're gonna run outside and not inhale. It's hot and it stink. Honestly, it don't smell that bad because the heat is fighting with the smell. So you really don't smell anything but humidity. Like,
Georgetown, Bunny was a very talented artist, and so she created these quilts to tell different stories. That's the Michelle Obama family story quilt. A lot of people don't know Michelle Obama is Gullah Geechee.
oh, what?
Yes.
They came from where?
Her father's family came from here, Georgetown.
Oh.
Her ancestors came off of a plantation called Friendfield Plantation here in Georgetown. So this slave house to the White House.
That was a good one.
And I will use it forever. So, my mother got a call before the first Obama inauguration for a guy who was putting together a special art quilt exhibit dedicated to Barack. And so the man said, do you want to participate? My mother said yes, because we were all very excited and proud of Michelle. And then he said, okay, get me something in 15 days.
Oh.
All right, so my mother, who I told you, very talented creative artist, made all the individual pieces of that quilt, except for the sweetgrass basket, because she didn't know nothing about that. And then she called in her friends in the quilting circle. These are the ladies in the quilting circle. Now, at the time, those ladies were in their 70s. Those ladies knocked that quilt out in 14 days.
Wow. They must have had a good time, too.
They did. So the original quilt, as you can see, is much larger than this reproduction we have on the wall. The original quilt is now part of the Smithsonian's permanent collection.
Oh.
And people ask, well, did the Obamas ever see the quilt? And I can tell you yes, because it was featured in the second inaugurational parade for then President Obama.
Oh.
This is my mother's Zordell Hurston quilt. This quilt is based on this very famous quote from one of her books. And my mother and some Gullah Geechee quilters from South Carolina decided to do a whole entire quilt show dedicated to Zora Neale, because even we all know her as a playwright and author, right? But she was also a trained anthropologist.
Whoa.
And one of the groups of people she studied were the Gullah Geechee living down around Beaufort and Port Royal. Back here, we have the Gullah Geechee midwife quilt. This quilt is about the women that caught the babies. But these women weren't just delivering babies. They were also the primary care providers for their communities at that time period. So what they would have practiced is a mix of traditional Gullah Geechee folk medicine, like the stuff you see on that little board, but also they learned about Western medicine at the beginning of the 20th century when they started to go to the Penn School, now the Penn Center on St. Helena, to learn about Western midwifery. And for all I know, my grandmother is in that class because that's where she got her training in Western midwifery. Oh, and grandma's name was Anna Smith, and her name is on that birth certificate because she delivered that baby.
Whoa.
Don't ask me how Bunny got a hold of a real gift certificate.
A birth certificate.
My mother was incredibly charming, y'all. Incredibly charming. This is my mother's Gullah Imynn quilt. Imynn means woman in the Gullah language. This tells the story of the Gullah Geechee and our ancestors from freedom and enslavement in Africa to enslavement and freedom in America. The way you read all of our story quilts is you start in the lower left panel, you go up and around, and you end up in the center panel. The stories are on the wall next to the quilts. Now, I'm gonna take you over here because this is Harriet Tubman, and you're like, well, Harriet Tubman was from South Carolina. Well, she wasn't, but she spent 3 years here during the Civil War, causing good trouble. So Miss Harriet was working as a spy for the Union forces. She was a spy master. Y'all know what I mean when I say spy master? She created a network of spies, and guess who her spies were?
African slaves.
Gullah Geechee. The enslaved Gullah Geechee. So she was also a nurse during that time period, and she recruited free and enslaved blacks to fight in the Union for the Union forces. During that 3-year period, she became the first woman in U.S. history. And remember, I said first woman, black or white, first woman in U.S. history to lead a military operation for the U.S. government. That was what we call the Combahee River Raid. And during that raid, she and the Union forces, under her direction, freed more than 700 enslaved Gullah Geechee men, women, and children.
Whoa.
That was more people than she freed during her entire time on the Underground Railroad. So, I can continue telling y'all stuff, or I can let you roam free like feral children. Which would you prefer?
I think we don't even know. It's okay. I will let you talk.
Okay. So, I'm gonna bring you over here to the rice area because this was the major reason why the ancestors of the Gullah Geechee were brought 7,000 miles from Africa to work in the rice fields of South Carolina. Before cotton was king, rice was queen. All right? Rice made South Carolina slave owners millionaires during the colonial period. Okay? Think about that. Think about being a millionaire in the 1700s. That would make them richer than Bezos, what's his name with his Teslas, or Gates.
Whoa.
You would only live 3 or 5 more years.
Whoa, from 13?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Once you were put in the rice field, you only lived an average of 3 to 5 more years. And here's why. You had alligators, snakes, poisonous snakes, disease-carrying insects, and biting rats. My mother was born in 1930. She was of an age where there were still people who had been enslaved alive. Okay? One of those people, Grandma Williams, she was nobody's grandma, but that was her courtesy towel. She had been a cook on one of the plantations locally, 15 miles from there. Grandma Williams told my mother that you could get bitten by a snake and a rat at the same time when you were working in the rice fields. It was very dangerous. You could get sick. You could get like the mother of all stomach viruses called dysentery. That could kill you. You were malnourished. They weren't giving you enough food. If you were lucky, you were able to maybe raise some food yourselves. And Gullah Geechee people, we love our seafood, and the reason is because that was one of the ways we helped sustain ourselves through the centuries. But there were a lot of things that could kill you. So that is why the death rate was so high for these people working in those rice fields. There were a lot of different crops that they were growing here in this state during that time period. Cotton, indigo, foodstuff crops like rice. Scientists have looked at the mortality rates for all those other crops during that colonial antebellum period. The mortality rates for all those other crops went down. The mortality rate for rice stayed high. So, I tell you all this to let you know that one, we are a resilient people. You had to be physically and mentally resilient to first survive the Middle Passage, much less being marched down to the coast and put in what basically amounted to a prison while you waited to be sent thousands of miles away and never to see, hear, or know anything from home ever again.